Hi, I'm Claire from Inspiratrix Yoga. This sequence is all about releasing tension from your belly. Whether you're somebody who has IBS or a condition affecting your belly, or whether you're just somebody who feels there's stress in this area, this is all about connecting and releasing. Enjoy. We will start by kneeling. If kneeling doesn't work for you, you could be in a cross-legged position. But if you've got something like a bolster or a block or a few cushions, what I would recommend is coming into a kneeling position and then supporting underneath the sitting bones with a block or cushions or a bolster. So if that feels comfortable for your knees, start in this position. And if that doesn't feel comfortable, sit in a cross-legged position or any other position that feels comfortable for the first few poses. Take the hands on the belly. And start to feel the natural movement of the belly as you breathe. Letting it soften outwards with the inhale. And softly draw in with the exhale. With the inhale, it's actually just a letting go. With the exhale, then there's a light engagement. Staying focused on that. So inhale, really softening. Exhale, lightly engaging. Focusing on that for the next few breath rounds. Noticing every time your attention drifts off, then come back to the belly. Feeling the breath move in the belly. Super simple. And allowing your breath to slow down with that as well. I want you to add a count into this now. And the reason we're going to add a count with the exhale a bit longer than the inhale is that one of the things that can help trigger our nervous system into relaxing, into down regulating, is making your exhale longer than your inhale. So as you breathe in, I just want you to count up to whatever number you get to. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever number you get to. And then I want you to make your exhale 2 counts longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whatever number you count to on the inhale, exhale will be 2 counts longer. So focus on this for the next few rounds. Counting up on the inhale. And then counting on the exhale, making the exhale longer. Having that as a focus. If your attention drifts off, come back to this counting. Exhale longer than inhale. Breathing into the belly and counting. Staying with this. Staying with this for a couple more rounds. And then let go of the count. But for the rest of this class, I want you to keep that sense of breathing into the belly and still have a sense of lengthening the exhale, really allowing the exhale to be longer, because that is a really useful way of signaling to the nervous system that it's okay to calm down. Let's do some moving twists and side bends to kind of to get a little bit more space around here and in the shoulders. If this kneeling position is feeling uncomfortable, just come into a different seated position. If you're okay with kneeling for now, then stay with kneeling. So let's do some shoulder stuff. Just take the right fingertips down to the floor. Then inhale, lift the left arm up, leaning over to the side. Exhale, bring the left arm all the way down, making that like a slow movement so the breath is long. Inhale, lift the other arm up. Slow movement, slow breath. Exhale, bring the arm back down. Do 2 more on either side. Kind of going at your own pace. Continue to breathe into and be aware of the belly. Just moving with your breath. Moving in a way that feels good. Not being too precise about the movement other than just moving in a way that helps you to feel more mobile. We'll do some rounds of shoulder shrugs. Have the arms super relaxed. Inhale, lengthen the whole rib cage up. Pause, slide the shoulders up and back. Squeeze tops of shoulders together. Exhale, slide the shoulders and shoulder blades down. Inhale, let the belly soften outwards. Now squeeze the middle of your shoulder blades in together. Exhale, slide them down. Feeling for making space around the shoulders, around the neck. Inhale, sending the breath to the belly and the shoulders. Now squeeze the lower parts of the shoulder blades together, using the elbows if that feels helpful. Exhale, slide down. Relax the arms. One more set like that. Inhale, connecting the breath into the belly and into the whole shoulder area. Slide the shoulders up and back. Tops of shoulder blades ease in towards each other. Exhale, slide them down. Lightly pull the belly in. Make sure your exhale's long. Inhale, arms relaxed, filling up with air. Mid shoulder blades squeeze in together. Then exhale, slide down. Inhale into the belly and the shoulders. Squeeze the bottom edge of the shoulder blades in. Squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, slide down. The other thing I wanted to do in this position, though if your knees are starting to feel sore, just change into a cross-legged position or sit on a chair. You can do this from any seated position. But if you're still okay with kneeling, stay here. Is to get into some transverse abdominis contractions. So this is just bringing a little bit more into that, contracting the belly on the exhale. Let's do a couple of rounds of this with the hands on the belly, just feeling for waking up here. Inhale, belly softens outwards without any pushing or forcing, just through releasing. On the exhale, pull both halves of the belly towards the midline. Pull the fingertips in towards each other. Pull the front ribs in, pull the lower belly in. So there's a real gathering in. Inhale, let the belly totally soften. Exhale, pull both halves of the belly towards the midline. Front lower ribs come in, lower belly comes in. Notice that action. Good. Do a couple more rounds like this, consciously lengthening the exhale. Just gathering in on the exhale, but making the exhale longer than you usually would. Particularly if you're somebody who feels habitually stressed, whether that feels like stress or even just like busyness sometimes. Learning to lengthen the exhale can be super helpful. It helps, it can help. I find when I do that, it helps me slow down my perception of time. Like when I'm in moments where I feel like I've got no time, I've got 101 things to do, I've got to be here, I've got to do that, I'm late for my class. Coming back to extending, breathing deeply and extending my exhale helps me find a bit more internal space and a bit of a different relationship to time. Because we think of time as being linear and, you know, there are so many days and there are so many hours and minutes and seconds and that being very linear. But actually our perception of it, time is through our bodies. And so actually we experience time, sometimes time goes really fast and sometimes time goes really slowly. And it's the same time. So part of how we experience time isn't linear. And working with the breath in this way can help us to get into that, okay, I'm experiencing time in a slower way now, which is massively helpful. I want to do a seated twist. Come off the block or supports and have your right leg straight out on the floor and left knee bent. Hold onto the knee with both hands. Inhale and lift the whole rib cage up away from the hips. Exhale, stay holding onto the knee with the right hand. Take the left hand on the floor behind you. Coming into a twist. Inhale, letting the belly soften outwards. Letting go of any tension with the inhale. Exhale, gather in the belly. And maybe rotate around a little further. Not forcing, just feeling if there's a bit more space to rotate. Keep focusing on the belly here. Softening outwards with the inhale. And then lightly engaging with the exhale. Making the exhale long. Let your shoulders soften here too. Untwist, and we'll go the other way. Inhale, straighten your left leg and bend your right leg. Exhale, hold on to the knee. Inhale, lift the ribs up. Rock forwards on the sitting bones slightly. Exhale, twist down to your other side and take the right hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, sending your soft breath down to the belly, letting the belly expand, letting go of tension. Exhale, find a light engagement and gathering in at the belly. And perhaps rotate around further if there's more space to rotate. And then untwist. And we'll come next into a downward facing dog. So come onto the hands and knees for downward facing dog. Position your hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Inhale, tuck the toes under and plant the hands down. Exhale, lift your knees up and come into downward dog. Now let's do this slightly differently to lengthen out the back more. Inhale, bend your knees just a bit. Exhale, move your hips away from your hands. Feel a sense of your lower back lengthening. Stay here. And slowly ease your heels towards the ground, but with a sense of your lower back being long. And then come to that breath again. So inhaling, softening the belly outwards. Exhale, lightly gathering the belly in. Extending your exhale. Take 2 more breaths like that before you come down. Focusing on the breath. Lengthening your exhale. Next, with the hips lifted up on some cushions or bolster or whatever, lifting the hips up means that there's a load of weight from the internal organs and digestive stuff that's suddenly not pressing on the pelvis so much. I feel like I've got more space here and I can feel more what's going on. We'll start by doing Oblique Toner. For this one, it's really helpful to put something in between the thighs as well. So another block or cushion or rolled up blanket. Let us start this with the knees bent, arms on the floor. Inhale, feeling the belly soften outwards. Exhale, squeeze the thighs onto the prop between them and take both legs to the left a little bit, gathering the belly in and noticing sensation around the belly. Inhale, slowly bring the legs back to the middle. Slow exhale, track the knees over to the right. You don't have to go too far with this. This is about getting the oblique muscles to switch on. Inhale, legs slowly come back to the middle. Feel the belly soften outwards. Exhale, legs go over to the left. Keep lightly squeezing the prop between your legs. Inhale, back up to the middle. Exhale, track the knees over to the right. Feel if you can make the exhale a little longer than the inhale. Inhale back to the middle. If you want to add in the arms here, interlace the hands together above the chest. Now as you exhale, the legs go left, the arms go right. You can maybe even take the right elbow down to the floor. Inhale, legs to the middle, hands back above the chest. Exhale, legs to the right, arms to the left, maybe left elbow comes to the floor. Inhale back to the middle. Slow exhale, going the other way. Inhale, legs to the middle, hands to the middle. Exhale, arms left, legs right. Inhale back to the middle. Do 2 more rounds. If you want to, you could do this with the legs straight. Focusing on the belly, the breath, and extending your exhale. Hanging out in your exhale a little longer. Finish off next time the arms go left and the legs go right. And then bring the legs to the middle and the feet down to the floor. Remove the block from between the thighs, or whatever the prop is. And then rest with the hips still lifted up and hands on the belly. I want you to focus for the next few breaths on softening and relaxing in the belly area. This can be a really interesting position to do that, as I say, because the weight is off the pelvis a bit. Sometimes it's possible to get to feel places and maybe to relax places that you're holding tension. So let's do this with the hands on the belly. Inhale, feeling the belly soften outwards. Long exhale. For this one, just let the belly drop back. Don't pull the belly in for this one. Just have a sense of softening on the exhale, but without effort. A little bit different to what we did before. So inhale, have a sense of the belly softening outwards without effort. Exhale without effort. Just noticing how naturally the belly drops backwards. Softening. Staying focused on that breath now. A sense of release on the inhale and also a sense of release on the exhale. Softening, softening, softening. Really lengthening the last part of the exhale. That can be really weird territory. That's okay. Just working at lengthening the exhale, but making it all very soft, very releasey. Noticing where there are places of held tension and just exploring, can I soften that on my long exhale? So still with the hips lifted up, we will do scissors straddle. So for this, the legs are straight up in the air. Now, if your legs feel a bit tight, you may have the knees a bit bent. That's totally fine. If it feels okay to straighten the legs, legs could be straight. Okay. Inhale, letting the belly expand softly. Exhale, take your left leg towards your shoulder and then take your right leg in the opposite direction. Just do that by like at a foot or so to begin with. Inhale into the belly, bring both legs back above the hips. Exhale, do scissors the other way. Right leg's coming towards the head, left leg is moving away. Inhale, legs come back to the middle, and then go out to the side into straddle. Again, if the knees are a bit bent, that's okay. Exhale, curl the pubic bone towards the belly button. We're back onto an engagement with the exhale with this one. Inhale, send the breath to the belly, bring the legs back to the middle. Exhale, move the right leg towards the shoulder, left leg moves away. Lightly engage the belly. Inhale, legs come straight back up. Exhale, scissors the other way. Lightly engage the belly. Inhale, legs come back up and then out into straddle. Exhale, connect to the belly and curl your pubic bone towards the belly button. Feel the distance between them get shorter. Inhale, legs come back together. I'll talk you through one more round and then you can do one your own. So exhale, scissors. Inhale, legs back up. Exhale, scissors the other way, connecting to the belly on the exhale. Inhale, legs back up and then into straddle. Exhale, gather the belly in. Inhale, legs back together. Do one more round. Scissors, scissors, straddle. Softening the belly on the inhale. Long exhale, gathering the belly in. Allowing a little more time for the exhale. Then once you've done that straddle, bring the legs back together, bend the knees, and bring one foot to the floor at a time. Have the hands on the belly and come back to that breathing where on the inhale, the belly expands outwards. On the exhale, you're gathering in. Inhale, belly is soft, expanding outwards without effort. Exhale, gathering in and making the exhale longer than usual. Then come off the supports with the hips flat on the floor now. Bring both knees in towards your chest and then drop both knees over to the left-hand side. When the knees come down to the floor, it may be that your right shoulder lifts up off the floor. That's fine. Extend the right arm past the right ear and rest your right hand on the floor. And then take your left hand onto the right-hand side of the waist. If either arm feels uncomfortable, feel free to have them in a different position if that doesn't work for your shoulder right now. Inhale, sending the breath into the right-hand side of the belly. On a long exhale, have that sense of the belly lightly gathering in, making the exhale long. Inhaling into the belly Exhale, lightly gathering in. Extending and extending the exhale. Breathing like that for the next few rounds. And then bring your arms either side of your shoulders. Just have the elbows on the floor. Lift the right knee up and the left knee up. And then take both knees over to the right-hand side. Extend your left arm past the ear and rest the right hand on the side of the waist. Inhaling and feeling a soft expansion without effort. Exhaling, gathering the belly in and extending the exhale more than you would usually do. Having that breath pattern, that focus. Then bring your arms either side of you. Lift one knee to the middle and then the other knee to the middle. And then we'll do some standing work. So roll all the way onto one side and then sit up and then stand up. Another move that I really like for helping to connect me to this area and to help move the contents of the abdomen around and therefore kind of free up tension is Uddiyana. And Uddiyana is this move where we breathe out all of the air and then suck the belly right in. Like, and I'm trying, and when we do this, we're trying to suck in everything from the pelvic floor right up to the diaphragm, sort of pull it all in, get it all to move, hold it in for a bit, and then relax it. So let's do that a few times from a standing position. So have the feet just underneath the hips or a little bit wider than the hips. Heels of the hands on the fronts of the thigh. Leaning forwards. Great. Inhale, let the belly soften outwards. Exhale, fast through the mouth. And then hold the breath, pull the belly back and up and in. Hold for as long as is interesting. And then relax the belly and begin again. So inhale, soften the belly outwards. Exhale, all the air out, quite fast. Hold the breath and then pull the belly up and in. Pull in everything from the pelvic floor to the diaphragm. Just feeling for pulling in, pulling in, pulling in. Holding for as long as is interesting. And then you relax and do that again. So do 2 more rounds in your own time. Noticing the belly area. Using this action to pull on any stuck or tight bits. After you finish that next round, just bring the hands onto the belly. Come back to that pattern of inhaling and feeling the expansion. Extended exhale, lightly connecting. Gathering in. I want to do a few standing poses now. So we will start in Warrior Two with Archer arms. So looking at the long side of your mat, step the feet wide apart and come into Warrior Two, turning your left toes out to the side and right toes in. Inhale and bend the left knee into Warrior Two legs. Exhale, rotate your right ribs back, left ribs forward. So you're kind of looking square onto the long side of the mat. And then with eagle arms, let's take the left arm up and drop the hand down between the shoulders. Two options here. Slightly easier option is to take the other hand up and just hold onto the shoulder. Or if your shoulders feel okay with it today, bring that right hand down and around and bring the hands towards each other. They might link, they might not link. Either's fine. Inhale, feel the belly soften outwards. Exhale, lightly gathering the belly in. Feel how that helps connect you to your legs here and the support of your legs. And then feel how the legs and the belly can be in support of your shoulders. Unwind your arms. We'll do that the other way around. Change your legs over. So the right toes are pointed out, left toes are pointed in. Inhale, bend your right knee now. Exhale, rotate your left ribs back, right ribs forward so that your torso's more square onto the side of the mat. Inhale, take your right arm up. Exhale, either take the other hand to hold onto the elbow, option one, or option two is you take the left hand down and around to either clasp onto the hand or just have the hands reaching towards each other. Being aware of your breath, of your belly. Exploring, lengthening the exhale. Okay, release the arms, straighten the legs. And now bring your feet so they're parallel. So feet still quite wide apart, just with the toes pointing straight forward. And we will come into a forward bend with the hands clasped. So you'll be interlacing your fingers together like this, but behind the back. So interlace the hands together behind the back. Inhale, telescope the ribs up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forward from the hips into a forward bend. Let the head relax forward. Now take the hands away from the hips a little bit so you start to get a stretch in the shoulders. If you go too far with the hands, it starts to feel scrunchy around the shoulders and neck. Don't go that far. Have the hands at a place that feels like it gets a nice stretch in the shoulders. And if the shoulders feel too tight for that, instead you could hold on with your hands to the opposite elbow. Feel if that works better for your shoulders today. Inhale, softening the belly. Exhale, lightly gathering the belly in. Making the exhale long. Notice how that feels in this forward bend. Then bring the hands down onto the hips and let go of the clasp and slowly come up into a standing position. And then heel toe the feet in towards each other. Stand for a moment just in mountain pose, which is where you're just standing with the feet underneath the hip joints, standing upright, arms and shoulders relaxed. Close your eyes and stay with that focus of the breath and the belly. Noticing how you feel that area right now. Feeling for that movement of the breath in the belly. And exploring if you can lengthen the exhale. Then come down onto the mat into a seated position. If it helps to sit on a cushion or a block here, you could sit on a cushion. And come into just a simple cross-legged position, or any position that's kind of comfortable to you, to just do a really simple twist to continue to be in that sense of inquiry about the middle. And just to really feel, now we've done so much work kind of just waking up and connecting to that area. Just simply tuning into feeling what happens when I do a simple twist here. Because twists can be one of the most helpful things for just getting a bit of movement and unsticking. Let's just take a couple of breaths with the torso straight. One hand on the belly, one hand on the lower back. So inhaling and expanding the breath to this area. Exhale, lightly gathering in. Lengthening the exhale. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, lightly gathering in. Allowing enough time for the exhale. Then come into a twist, taking your right hand onto the left knee, other hand behind. And keep that same breath focus, noticing how what you feel will be slightly different in a twist. Feeling for relaxing any tension that you're holding on the inside. And then twist around to the other side. Observing if you feel the same thing or different things. Then turn towards the front. We'll come into a really simple neck release. Inhale, telescope the ribs up. Exhale, let your left ear drop towards the left shoulder, stretching the right arm out at a low angle. Inhale, expanding your breath. Long exhale, letting the head relax to the side. Letting go some of the tension and stress in your neck. Reaching slightly with this right arm, if that helps you to get into this opening here. Then to come to the other side, pick up your head with the left hand and just go the other way. Expansive inhales. On the exhale, lightly gathering in the belly, extending the exhale, letting go of tension from the neck. And then ease upright, using the right hand now to help straighten up the head. And then come into a lying down position for some relaxation and rest at the end. So whatever position will be comfortable for you, if you're going to rest now. Just lying down. Just tuning into now what would be most helpful for me right now. Do I want to just rest in stillness without any kind of agenda? Or if you feel like I need to do something, then rest the hands on the belly. And I want you to stay with this focus of inhaling and expanding the belly without effort. Exhaling, lightly gathering the belly in and extending the exhale. So either really staying focused in that breath practice or just letting yourself rest without any effort. Up to you. We'll just have 2 minutes of silence now. For you to deepen into rest, relaxation, and letting go of stress. If it's time for you to get up, roll onto one side. And from the side, sit yourself back up. Thank you so much for joining me on my mat as we practice together. I hope this sequence felt helpful to you and that you can keep breathing into your belly in this way, letting the belly have some relaxation and some engagement, and also extending your exhale to give you more space and more time. If you want to hear more from me, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can also head over to my website, which is inspiratrix.co.uk, and there's lots more on there about all the virtual yoga classes I do, my yoga retreats, and much, much more. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you for another class really soon.